doing? It's Julia. I have another thrifted project for you. Didn't quite get it out for Thrifted Thursday, but I bought this towel and it was $3 in very good shape, and I thought it'd be fun to make some lingerie bags for a suitcase. For anybody who maybe travels a lot, I thought this would be a great gift. I'm going to make 2 of them, and you'll see later why I'm going to be doing that. So I'm going to be cutting this in half, this towel. And I found a piece that matched it for the lining. And then I have 2 black zippers. There's a really heavy seam on the side of this. I'm going to be cutting this off on both sides before I cut the rest of my little pouches out. Now after I cut them, they measured almost square, about 12.5 inches across and 13 inches down. And I cut the lining as well, and I didn't have quite enough of the lining, so I did make a strip of that cream colored fabric on top. That's just a natural colored muslin that I used. So I got all my pieces cut out, and there's of course 4 pieces for the lining, or 2 for each bag. And I am going to be folding this under on the top of each of these and just pressing that about 1/2 inch. This is going to be a part of my zipper application. Now I've just recently, someone sent me these little stamps and they're so cute, and I'm going to use that butterfly stamp with archival ink. This is the geranium color. Now this ink is permanent or color fast, so I'm not concerned about washing this. It washes just fine. And I am just printing these, just stamping these butterflies. Some of them are lighter because I'm doing 2 impressions with 1 inking. I just thought that added a nice little detail on the top of this. And doing the same for all 4 of these. And then I have this another wonderful set. I will link all these down below if I can find them. But I'm again using archival ink here, and this is black. And I'm going to stamp the word clean on this one. Just having again that same natural colored muslin. When you're printing on fabric, I find if you just hold it for a while, you get a pretty good impression. I'm just going to add a couple of the butterflies to this. And then the next little one, for the next bag, I'm going to do the word dirty. I thought this would make just a wonderful addition to a suitcase, especially if you're traveling and you're going to be living out of a suitcase for a few days. Just a place to put your clean lingerie and clean socks, and then putting your dirty ones in the dirty bag. I'm having trouble with that dot on that eye. That's what I was working on. I managed to get really black fingers. And again, leaving it set for a while, and then going to be adding the butterfly. I'm going to heat set these just by running my hot iron over the top. I did put a piece of parchment on there just to protect it while I do the heat setting. This is just going to push that ink into the fibers. I did put some Heat and Bond Light on the back of these 2 little tags, and these are going to be ironed on. I'm just going to remove that paper. I'm going to iron these onto the front of those pouches and just applique them on. I also wanted to decorate at the front a little. I just took a strip and folded down both ends on the long ways, and I'm going to just stick that on the front of each of these, just to bring some of that lining to the outside. And then the word clean, I'm just going to remove that paper backing there and press that into place. And then I'm going to go to my sewing machine and I'm going to zigzag around this and then straight stitch that other piece on. And got that all done, and I added that piece on the back as well. Just thought it'd be a nice little detail on the back. Now for my zipper, I really like this, just this top part of this towel just the way it is. And so I am just going to place that zipper underneath that and just top stitch this zipper into place. I'm going to be using like a rose colored thread for this, and I'm going to be doing both sides of it. And that is done. And then to put the lining on, I'm just going to open that up. And this lining is going to be just placed, I'm going to place it just on top of my original stitching and be heading back to the sewing machine. And this, I don't pin this a lot because I want to just continually check where I'm at on the back side. And I'm just stitching right over my previous stitching. And every so many stitches, I'm just going to peel it back just to make sure that that lining is where I want it to be. Both are done now. I've got my lining in and my zippers are in. Now to complete the bag, I'm going to be putting opening up the zipper, that's very important, and putting the bag on one side and the lining on the other. I do like to use my Wonder Clips and clip that right there where that zipper is open. And then also this zipper will be folded on this end, and the teeth are towards the lining, and I'll be putting a clip right there. And when I do my sewing, I do have to walk my sewing machine over this folded zipper. It's just too thick, and so just walking it by turning your flywheel, and then it's fine. I'm going to be taking a pen and I'm going to mark my opening. You want to leave about a 5 or 6 inch opening. I do stitch all the way around then and stopping at that mark. I did about a 1/2 inch seam all the way around, and now I want to box my corners. I'm just going to open up just finger press with my fingers that open and stitch across about 1 inch, I think I did. And I also did the box corners on my lining, and then it's just a matter of turning this through that open zipper. Really simple way to do a little lined bag, and then everything is finished off on the inside. Just pushing everything out. And then once everything is kind of pushed out, I take it back out again, and I'll finish that opening in my lining just by pressing it closed, and then I'll stitch this with my sewing machine. Really simple. And they're both complete. I hope you enjoyed this. It's just a fun way to use a towel and turn them into something just kind of clever. Hope everybody has a great week. Bye for now.